Okay, hi, welcome. So this video is going to be about how you can set up Google Merchant Center on Shopify. Now, if you're watching this from YouTube, this video is part of a blog post that I have about how to set up Google Merchant Center on both WooCommerce and Shopify, and it just talks about what Google Merchant Center is in general. So if you'd like to see the entire post, you can click on it in the link in the description. If not, then you could just watch the video and follow along. Now, if you are watching it from the post, then you're in the right place. Either way, like I said, this video is going to be about how you can set up Google Merchant Center on Shopify. So as you can see, I have a Shopify store right now. This is what it looks like in all its glory. Okay, so let's head over to the admin dashboard over here. Yep. Okay, so first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the tab that says marketing. So inside of marketing, I downloaded an app called the Google Sales Channel app. So if you press view more marketing apps, it'll open a pop-up on a new page, and right here you're going to install the Google channel. Now I actually already have it installed, but if you don't, you're gonna install the Google channel. So what the Google channel is, it's an app that allows you to set up Google Merchant Center, and it also allows you to set up Google Ads for your Shopify store, and as well as Google Smart Shopping campaigns through Google Merchant Center. So pretty much it allows you to do lots of advertising with Google, which is pretty cool. Okay, so I already have it installed, so I'm gonna go back to my admin, and underneath sales channel, you should see Google. So I'm gonna click on the Google sales channel, and it's going to open up and bring me to this checklist right here. In order to make use of the Google sales channel, you have to complete all the items on this checklist. Now, as you can see, I have most of them finished right now already. I didn't cover the part to be finishing these checklist items because they're actually pretty easy to do. If you don't have the complete, you're gonna see the checklist item as a link. You're gonna click on it, and Shopify will pretty much guide you on how to finish that. Like how to complete the checklist item. But let me just go through where you'd find each of these things quick if you're confused by what Shopify tries to make you do. So for this first one, where it says add a valid payment method, you click the link. It should take you to somewhere in the settings where you can go to payments and add your payment method. So I'm using Shopify's basic payment method that comes with the store, but you can set up whatever payments you want. You can even use PayPal or third-party payment providers if you'd like. So let's head back to the Google Sales Channel. Okay, so that second checklist item is for creating an online store. Once you have your store and you set up your theme, you should be able to have that checked for you already. And you're gonna wanna remove your online store password. You're removing it so that Google can analyze the page. So like I said, you can just click the link that will be there if you haven't done it yet, and it'll take you where to go. But if you wanna know how to get there, again, if you wanna reset the password or something, you go to where it says online store, and then you click preferences. And it should open up and say something about your password. You scroll down. Yep, you can enable your password. All right, back to Google Sales Channel again. Let me show you where the rest of these items are. So this one, add a refund policy in terms of service. Like I said, you can click the link and it'll take you there. But I'm actually going to show you this page as well because there's something in here I want to mention. So I'm going to open up a new tab. I press the settings. I open a new tab with the settings button. Okay, so I'm going to take you to the settings. And in settings, I'm going to go to legal. That's where it has all the stuff about refund policy, terms of service, and shipping policy, right? Now, as you can see, mine is already filled out. But if you haven't done it yet, when you get to this page, it'll allow you to auto-generate a refund policy and a privacy policy, as well as a terms of service from a template. So you can generate the template and you can go through it. You can make whatever changes you need to make, and that'll be pretty easy. Yep. And the last one, the shipping policy. Shipping policy is the only one that is not auto-generated, but you want to make sure you have a shipping policy on here because Google won't allow you to connect with Google Merchant Center unless you have a valid shipping policy. So I just put in this basic shipping information. Now keep in mind, this is a test store. I'm not actually selling anything, so I just put in whatever I want. But for you, you're gonna want to make sure you put something that's valid. Okay, so it's gonna also prompt you to add the refund policy and terms of service to your footer in the navigation menu. So again, like I said, you click the link, it'll take you to where you need to go, but I'm gonna show you how to get there from here. So I opened up the online store and then I went to themes, and then I'm gonna customize the current theme that I have. As soon as it finishes loading, of course. All right, cool. So I'm gonna customize the current theme that I have. Okay, here are all the customization options on the left-hand side. Now the goal was to show you how to add your refund policy and terms of service page to your footer navigation menu. Go into the footer menu, and you can go to edit menu. And then it should give you the option to pick whatever pages you want to add to the footer menu. Okay, so you see in my menu items, I have the terms of service, refund policy, shipping policy, and privacy policy. Let's say I wanted to find one that I didn't have yet to add, right? What I can do is I can press add menu item, and then I can press the field that says link and actually search for the item that I want. So I can go to policies, and then it's going to give me all the policies that you currently have. So you can do this to add each of the individual policies to this footer menu. And then you can save it after you're done. Okay, what else did it ask for? It asked for you to confirm that your payment methods are visible on your website. So again, like I said, you can click the link and it'll show you how to get there and what to do. But if you wanted to get there on your own, you're still gonna be in the theme customization menu. You're gonna go to where it says theme settings. Actually, it's not in theme settings. I think it's somewhere in the footer. Okay, so yeah, I found it. So if you click on footer and you go to show payment icons, that's how you get to it. So you see how I have it turned on right now, right? You can turn it off and all the payment icons on the bottom will be gone, or you turn them on. Okay, so once you finish with that, once you have your payment methods visible on your website, you can fulfill the last thing, which you can confirm that you have contact information visible on your site. Now, in order to be eligible to connect to Google Merchant Center, you have to have at least two types of contact methods. You have to either have your physical business address, your phone number, or an email address. So I'm gonna do the phone number and email address one. So how you can do that is you can still be in the theme customization menu, and you're going to be editing a block in the footer. So you can go to text. Well, I added a block called text. and then I put in the phone number and the email address. So let's say you were doing this by yourself, right? You would add in a new blocks, press text, and then you can put in whatever information you want. So you can put in a phone number, and then you're gonna put in an email. And then you're gonna put a title of contact us or whatever title you deem appropriate. Okay, so once that's done, now you can actually confirm. You have these, press confirm. Yay, next step. Cool. So it's gonna ask you to connect a Google Merchant account. So I'm gonna press create new. So Shopify is generating a Google Merchant account for me based on the email that I currently have right now. So I have a Google Merchant account, but what I need to do is I need to make sure that I claim the website the account is connecting with on Google Merchant Center. So I'm gonna open up this link right here in a new tab. And let me just switch emails to make sure that it does the right thing here. I want to make sure I'm using the email that I have with my Shopify store currently. Okay, so now that I'm inside Google Merchant Center, I am going to claim my site. I'm just searching for the option. Okay, I found what I was looking for. So we're gonna go to free list setup inside of Google Merchant Center. So go to settings, you go to free list setup, and you can set up stuff that you need for this, right? So as you can see, we have the website URL provided. This means that Shopify has successfully connected with this Google Merchant account because it knows about my Shopify store. Also, the name of my Shopify store is up here, just to confirm that. At this window, you can set up a tax and shipping rates. Now, inside of the app, we can actually set up the shipping settings. If we set it up from inside the app, it'll just automatically go with whatever we currently have set inside the store. Now, this actually doesn't work if you're using a third-party application to do shipping rates. If you're doing that way, you're going to have to go into Google Merchant Center and manually set the rates. Or if you want to set up different rates for like different price ranges or different rates for different weights of products, you're going to have to do that manually inside of Google Merchant Center, and then also include information about whatever product weight in your product page for that product if you decide to do it with the weights. So at the level of our app right now, we're going to configure our product feed. Now, our product feed is what's going to actually allow us to see our products inside of a free listing inside of Google Merchant Center, so that they'll be eligible to be able to show up on the Google Shopping tab whenever people search up things related to our product. So we're gonna press this button that says select for our target market. A target country, well, for me, it's gonna be United States. The language is going to be English. Now for the shipping settings, I'm just gonna go with whatever. I'm gonna do it automatically because this is just a test thing for me. But for you, when you're setting it up, you're gonna have to determine whether you want to do it automatically or whether you want to do it manually, right? Now, if you have any questions about this whole process, I'd recommend going to Shopify's help center and looking up shipping rates, or reaching out to customer service and asking them about how to properly set up shipping rates, and they should be able to help you. We're gonna save this, the automatic. And then you're gonna say I read and agreed to the terms and conditions. So once you get taken to this window, it's going to say something about whether Google has approved your products, if it's pending or if it's not approved. If your products have not been approved, you'll be told why. Like, you'll receive a notification or a message either in Shopify or in your email that's connected to Google Merchant Center, or actually inside of Google Merchant Center, as to whether your products have been approved or not. Now I'm going to pause the video right here, and when our products have been approved or when we run into an issue with the product approval process, then we can continue from there. Hey, as you can see, I'm still waiting for products to be approved. Now, the reason I actually decided to unpause before the products were approved is because I forgot something that's actually really important to this whole process. So if you go to the Google Sales channel and then click on Manage Availability, you'll see them talking about in just a second. Now, you see this column that says Google Product Category, right? That's actually extremely important. You want to make sure you set up every product with the relevant product category from Google to make sure that you are letting your potential customers and Google understand exactly what that product is and how it's relevant inside of Google Merchant Center. Now, Google has a list of product categories that you can follow to help match up with what your product is. So I actually have the list right here. I'll be putting a link to it in my blog, but how you can also get to this page, I went on Google and I typed in Google product category, Google Merchant Center, and clicked the very first link. And then when I got there, I scrolled down to where it said format and then clicked to view the plain text version of it, which is this, right? Now it brings you to this really long list of a bunch of different Google product categories, right? So because my store has to do with fitness, I did Control F and searched for the word fitness, and I found a few different matches. So there are two product categories that fit in with what I'm trying to do with my store. So the two categories that fit in are health and beauty, healthcare, fitness and nutrition. And the other one that fits in is, hold on, sporting goods, exercise, and fitness. Now, I'm going to be going general with these categories because you don't want to watch me put product categories on a bunch of different items. Like, that's boring, right? But when you're doing it, you want to make sure that you're as specific as possible with your product categories. Dive down as deep as you can. It's going to help your customers better understand what your product is, and it's going to help Google better understand what your product is. And if Google understands what your product is, you have a higher chance of showing up in the free listings. So I'm going to take this category right here, and I'm going to use it for a bunch of my items. So if you want to select more than one item, you can hold shift and press the down arrow. I'm going to select all of them, and I'm putting in that category. Now some of them are different. Like for example, this one's different, so I'm going to grab the other one that I had saved. Yep, this one right here. I'm gonna grab this one because this one applies to some of my other products. So for example, this product right here. And let's see, which other ones? This one right here. This one right here. This one right here as well. This one too. So yeah, imagine I was doing this for all of them. Like, you guys wouldn't want to watch that. Just a couple more. Okay, so I set up a Google product category for all of my products, right? Now, I'm going to show you some other fields that are here as well. So, the custom product, if it's not a product you made yourself, then for custom product, you're just going to select false. So if you scroll to the right, there are a bunch of other fields such as age group, gender, condition. Yep, new, refurbished, used, as well as some custom labels, right? There's also color, size, size type, and barcode, right? Now, the age group, gender, condition, size, and barcode, and the size type are some of the other fields that you might want to consider filling in. The reason why is because it helps Google and customers better understand exactly what your product is and who it's for. And if you actually fill it in and one of your competitors doesn't fill it in all the way, you actually have a chance of beating them out for free listings. So I recommend filling out as much of this stuff as you can. So I'm actually not going to fill it out I'm not going to fill out the rest of it in front of you. But when you're doing it yourself, you want to make sure that you're filling out the product categories and then filling out those optional fields as well that I just mentioned. Okay, last quick thing that I want to cover about this. So we're going to head over to products. Oh, did I not save everything? Hold on. I'm pretty sure I saved. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. So we're going to head over to products. And let's go to this product, for example, right? So all of these are dummy products that I put in just for this video. These are not real products that I'm selling. But either way, you want to make sure you do this for yours, right? So when you're setting up a title for your product, you want to make sure the title is less than 150 words. If the title is too long, it won't show up properly on the free listing. It'll just look weird. Now, I know some people like to put in long and descriptive titles because that can be good for SEO. I understand that, but you want to make sure that your titles are as clear and to the point as possible. Also, for your descriptions, you want to make sure your descriptions are at least over 60 words, and you want to make sure that they're very descriptive. Like, you want to really describe what your product is so that, you know, Google and your customers can understand what it is they're actually about to purchase. Where it says vendor, you can select what type of brand created the product, right? That could also be pretty useful for Google in categorizing what type of product to show to people when they search up certain things. So if you're not the one who made your product and a different brand did, I recommend putting in the brand inside of vendor. Now, I know I said I'd be coming back afterwards to show you something else after my products get approved by Google. But to be quite honest, I think I showed you everything you need in order to successfully upload your Shopify products onto Google Merchant Center so that you'll be eligible to show up in the Google Shopping tab. So in a few weeks, you should start to see some views on your products inside of your Google Merchant Center data, or you should even be able to see some new conversions or some new traffic on your product pages for individual products. Now, if you don't see those things, that's a signal to you that you need to optimize your Google Merchant Center efforts. Maybe having better product titles, maybe having more descriptive and keyword-rich product descriptions, maybe going into more actions on each individual product page, going into Google Fields, and making sure you have all these optional fields filled out, like age, gender, condition, color, and size, etc. Or maybe even you might want to link an ad account and decide to run a smart shopping campaign with Google Merchant Center just to get some exposure onto your products. Whatever you want to do, once you get through this process, you'll be able to do that. Now, if you had any issues uploading your products and getting it approved for Google Merchant Center, you can go to the Google Sales channel and you can go to the Help Center, and they should have links to solve whatever problem it is that you're having. Also, feel free to leave a comment or to reach out to me on my contact page. Maybe I can help you out. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you get exactly what you need. And until next time.